amigo. Ain't got no time to get me. I can't leave.
After a wild opener, we get back at it in Game 2 of the NBA Finals on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Clippers coming into play. They were victorious in Game 1, and that's what you want to begin any series, but especially the NBA Finals.
And Game 1 went as expected. But now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
Here's Leonard for 2. Gets a shot up off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
The drive, right to the back, stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here's Simmons with it up top, just underway. Happier with us for Game 2. Runner here, won't go down. To Beverly, swings it. Leonard. Now pass, stolen by the Sixers. To Embiid. Shot from the lane, won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Here comes the screen. George, his first effort, off the mark. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Clippers have got it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
To George. Beverly to Gortat. Paul George to Beverly. George. Now that's a contest. Sixers control it. Looking to take this all the way. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
To Beverly. Gortat. To Beverly. George. Fine to shoot to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. It's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Oh, Ben Simmons missed his first. That one goes.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is...
And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be. Points, huh?
Harris to Simmons. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that.
Drive. Leonard to Beverly. To Leonard. Down to 5 on the 24. Beverly to George. The shot clock expires. Time to shuffle things up. cracks at the line now.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Corey Joseph has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Williams. Fires the 3. No good. That's great defense. Leonard. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Leonard. To Beverly. Williams to Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard, tough shot. He hits.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving 3-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Joseph with it. It's a 1-point game, 13 to 12. Oh, defender pulling the chair. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Gortat. Leonard. Textbook defense. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Nope. First one does not go. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. Williams into the front court. Leads just a point. Count the bucket for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Simmons with it. He'll run the offense. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Simmons with it. Trailing by 4. Oh, Ben Simmons looking good. 4 for 5.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Leonard to Williams. LA with 4 to shoot. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Probing the defense. Screen coming. Harris to Simmons. Kawhi Leonard swats it. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
to Korver. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Shot clock violation. Not that time. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. For 3. Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot. Into the front court comes Simmons. Down 2. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Richardson. Clippers have got it. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Simmons into the front court. Looking to make something happen. The crossover. Gets inside. And the slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint. You get to the rim. Inevitably, the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Philadelphia with the basketball. And scores. Strong take.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His team up by 1. Oh, emphatic slam.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
And draws the foul.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Off the mark on the first free throw. No good. Missed them both. To Parker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Tony Parker at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Count the free throw as well. Sixers control it. Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's unconscious. 75%.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Parker to Beverly. Gortat to Leonard. Parker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Simmons with it. They trail by 1. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Kawhi Leonard. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Count the basket at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Simmons with it. Down just a couple. To Embiid. Simmons. Shot won't go. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Down 4. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. 2-4 now.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play, get locked in.
Leonard to Gortat. Gets it at the top of the key. Beverly. It's Embiid with the rebound. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons. Baseline drive. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Layup goes down. Well done.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Here's the truth. As long as you're using your legs and your body to stay in front of the offensive player, you won't get called for those. You keep reaching, though, it's going to be a long night.
Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. He shoots, off the mark. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2, and we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops, but boy, was that fun to watch.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. Philadelphia with the basketball. Lays it up and in.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Baseline drive. Leonard to Parker. Here's a chance from long range. Not getting the bounce. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Williams to Parker. Leonard driving right to the basket. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
rallying inside. Runner's good there. To Embiid. To Horford. Oh, defender pulls the chair. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Block shot.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Changes coming from both sides right now. Williams across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Short jumper misses.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for 2 shots. Numbers not in his favor. 61% for his career. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Clippers have got it. Beverly. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Sends it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Richardson. Nice pass to set things up. And stuffs it home.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Leonard to Beverly. Now a steal by Philly.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Gortat. Knocked loose. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Simmons into the front court. Margins 8. Here comes the screen. Simmons to Richardson. Trying to cash in. Simmons with a shot. That won't go. To Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George. Well defended. Harris. Had a chance, but it's no good. It's LA Clippers ball. Probing the defense. George. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
George. He was all over him. Here's Simmons with it up top. Down 8. It's a big finish. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Here comes the screen. George, that's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And a nice finish at the rim.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
George. Oh, he'll take that.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Sixers control it. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Clippers have it. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
To George. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Leonard. George, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Simmons with it, trailing by 4. And look out. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Count the basket inside.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Simmons with it. Looking to make something happen. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Beverly to Paul George. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out to George. Here comes the screen. LA with 4 to shoot. George. That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Tobias Harris trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Whoops. That won't go. George. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Paul George. Beverly. George. Smothering D. Count it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Nice finish at the rim. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy run.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
Sixers have the basketball. To Simmons. The drive, right to the basket, right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
In the front court comes Simmons. They trail by 2. Oh, he can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Smith now into the front court. Down 2. Harris. To Simmons. Montrezl Harrell able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Into the front court comes Smith. Down 4. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
Zaire Smith has got 2 shots coming. He struggled so far. And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Shot clock winding down. Leonard, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Can't connect from inside. We reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Clippers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The 76ers aren't down by too much at the half, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Simmons into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Richardson. Got it. And the finish, slam dunk.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down, the help defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
To Simmons. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Beverly into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Sixers control it. Marcin Gortat with a piece.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Here's Simmons with it up top. The deficit is 6. Joel Embiid. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Korver. Fires the 3. Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot. Richardson to Tobias Harris. Cruises inside for 2.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Clippers have the basketball. Beyond the arc for 3. Around the perimeter to Leonard. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended.
His scoring is definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Got it from the line. Korver to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time. Smith with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Second effort. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to Embiid. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Korver. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Leonard to Korver. For 3, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Korver. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Simmons with it. Leads 4. And the basket good at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Not that time. Simmons with it. Up by 6. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 75% so far tonight. To Beverly. And counted at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Smith into the front court. His team up by 7. To Embiid. Whoa! What a finish!
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Sixers have the basketball. To Richardson. Josh Richardson. He's now 5 for 6.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Easy path to the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Kawhi Leonard gets a look. Can't hit. Philadelphia with the basketball. Richardson down for Smith. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
It goes down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
In the front court comes Simmons. Lead stands at 7. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Here's Leonard for 2. Draws the double and still hits.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Embiid. Driving right to the basket. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Can't connect on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Surveys the floor. Five seconds to shoot. And count the basket inside.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Simmons into the front court. Leads 3. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Williams to Leonard. To George. From long range, it was contested, but Paul George still dials in for three.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Cash is in for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Leonard add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Joseph with it. The deficit now up to 5. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Corey Joseph, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Misses the first. Oh, he missed them both. Leonard to Beverly. Leonard can't go down. Smothering defense.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Patrick Beverly is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down. Second and 3, got it. Hits all 3 free throws. To Horford. It's Embiid for 2. And it's Williams there to secure the rebound. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard knocks it down from mid-range.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Smith with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Knocked loose. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. It remains Sixers basketball. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Richardson to Embiid. Flushes it home. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Leonard to Williams. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Horford. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
3 quarters down, the Clippers have the lead. The Clippers with the basketballs. We begin the 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Off the mark. Joseph with it. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. Corey Joseph. Tough matchup against George. Knocked loose. To Gilgeous-Alexander. George. LA with 4 to shoot. Snared by Embiid. Joseph with it. Margins 8. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Oh my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Cleaning the offensive glass. Short jumper won't go down. To Paul George. Has a look. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Joseph with it. The deficit is 6. To Horford. Oh, big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Leonard. Has a chance. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
There is Al Horford. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it. He has his team's attention.
Joseph with it. His guys trail now by 4. And finishes strong.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
From the outside, no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Strong finish for Paul George.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Joseph with it, trailing by 4. Horford. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Zaire Smith at the line for 2 shots. He's shooting 40% in this one and hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Here's Simmons with it up top. Down 4. To Embiid. Terrific vision. Zaire Smith has got 2 shots coming. His percentage right now, 57%. First one, count it. And he makes them both. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard. Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. They're set to jump it up to see who gets possession. Paul George. To Williams. Leonard. To Williams. Leonard.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. It's the second. One more coming. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Sixers controlling. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Great pass to set it up. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Runner's good there.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Simmons with it. 5-point game. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Another follow. Stays out. Kawhi Leonard. Sixers with the rebound. Richardson. Nice pass to set things up. And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. It's LA Clippers ball. Take stock of the floor. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Here's Leonard for 2. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side, given how they're defending. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Simmons with it. Down 5. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 80% in this contest. Able to convert on both free throws. Clippers have the basketball. Sizing up the defense. LA with 4 to shoot. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Leonard. No good. Straight on look. Leonard. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And count the basket.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Embiid, great look and vision. Had a good look there, but it's no good. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Sixers call for time. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
New blood coming in for both sides. To Embiid. JaMychal Green pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Embiid. Slam dunk. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Kawhi Leonard. And he knocks it down, Jay.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot. I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'm pretty sure I saw that move earlier in the game. I can't believe he fell for it again.
Here's Leonard for 2. And he hits.
I I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Smith now into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Big finish at the rim.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
To Leonard. Gets it in the right corner. George, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
In the front court comes Smith. Down 8. To Richardson. And he connects at the line. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Oh, they called the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Simmons to Embiid. He throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Williams into the front court. Leads 5 to George. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Embiid. And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Kawhi Leonard, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
To Tobias Harris. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Tobias Harris at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. LA Clippers with the basketball. Here's Leonard for 2. Deep 2 there, won't go.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul George. To Leonard. Short jumper off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. To Tobias Harris. Throws it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Referees called it. That was intentional.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Sixers call for time. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk, some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Fires the three. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Missed it at the line. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, it's the Clippers who come away with the victory. And for the very first time in franchise history, they are NBA champions. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time.
The Clippers took this down to the wire before getting the win. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals. And it all came together for a terrific win. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The 76ers must be devastated after such a close loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Second chance points.
This matchup was all about second chance points. Players from each taking offensive rebounds and turning them into points for their respective scoreboards.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the sack. $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Playing no games with you.